Hi Aquarius, welcome. So Aquarius, this is going to be your reading. I am going to start with the spiritual general messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm time stamping this April because that's when I'm recording it. But my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever this finds you, that's when it's for you. And I've got a little special guest here today. My little Docky Doo. Him's got a haircut. He's not quite as fluffy at the moment, but yeah, you wanted to join us, didn't you? So anyways, Aquarius, let's get into it. You already had a card come out while I was chatting there, and it is the card of Chiron, which is about healing. It's about your healing powers. It's about growth. It's about amends. It's about releasing things that no longer serve you. It's about your personal development. It's also a very sensitive energy, and this card can also indicate things like shame or guilt or areas of yourself, Aquarius, that you need to release, right? That you need to let go of about yourself or forgive yourself for, right? So this is a very soft energy, but again, I feel it to be a very spiritual energy. I feel it to be a very positive vibe. Some of you might be going through this phase of your life right now where you're healing generational trauma, or you're healing maybe some of your own cyclic behaviors, patterns, addictions, things of that nature. So Aquarius, you being a fixed sign, it suits you in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, being a fixed sign is a superpower because it makes you resilient, it makes you stable, it makes you strong. But on the flip side of that, sometimes the downside can be that you fixate on things, you get stuck on things. And sometimes, yes, because you like what you like, it can lead to addictive behaviors or behavior patterns. So, you know, you got to take your good with your bad. But I feel like there is some correction coming through that area, or a solution coming through that area, and if nothing else, healing. So all good, Aquarius. Let's see what else we have coming through. Yes, you have the card of letting go, which kind of goes right along the lines of what I was feeling with the Chiron card. You also have the Miser and the New Vision. So what areas of your life do you need to be a little bit more open about, or a little bit more open-minded about, Aquarius? Because this energy is about letting go of things that you're holding on to that no longer serve you. And again, this card is highlighting in particular areas of resentment, areas of shame or guilt, insecurities, just like in general, right? I feel like there is a new vision showing up here for you, or a new life for you. And that sounds dramatic, but in the sense of like, I feel like you're in this place of personal development where you are in the process of creating something new for yourself, or a new life, if you will, for yourself. But first you need to check yourself, you know, and let go of some behaviors and patterns that you have that are actually hindering you or holding you back. So it's all about having empathy for yourself, having grace for yourself during this time frame, Aquarius. So let's get some more cards out and see where this is headed for my Aquas for this time frame. What does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know? We have the Two of Cups that flipped out here. Whoa! Oh my goodness. I think that was some. I'm not going to keep those, but do you see how you keep having a card flip out and then go back in? What is up with that? The Emperor. There we go. Okay, these wanted to come out earlier anyways. Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So, Aquarius, when it comes to relationships, or one particular relationship, it's not so much about being the one being in control as it is the one that is most in allowance when it comes to compatibility in relationships, when it comes to ease and flow in relationships. And in fact, the more we try to dictate or control our partners, you know, whether that be through our emotional reactions to them or our, you know, demands of them, the more difficult the relationship becomes, because all of us innately know on a spiritual level that we are born free and of free will. And so none of us like the feeling of being constrained or constricted or told what to do or controlled in any sort of form, right? And Aquarius, you would understand this better than any zodiac sign because you're a nonconformist, rebellious sign. You definitely buck at authority or people who are trying to tell you what to do. But being as that you're a fixed sign and you have a fixed nature, sometimes you do like that sense of control when it comes to relationships. But it's not so much that I feel like that's what you're innately looking for on purpose. I think what you're looking for is stability. And stability is different than control, right? Because stability is more of a healthy balance, and control is more of like a forceful action that kind of throws things out of balance. So where can you release a little bit of control when it comes to relationships? And yes, some of you, this is to deal with an intimate partner, but doesn't have to. When it comes to your children, your family, others, your coworkers, etc., you know, it's like the more you could let others be themselves, the more you can be yourself, the better you feel, and actually the better the relationship will flourish, right? Will develop, will grow, right? Because all things grow when they feel loved and free. Now I could flip this message, right? You may not be the one in the doing the controlling. Some of you may be, you know, dealing with a person that maybe wants to control you, which good luck with that to whoever you're dealing with, because it's not gonna flow, right? I feel like you're gonna buck that all the way, because again, there's like that nonconformist part of you that just says, no, 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 I control me. So it's like, where can you find balance there? Where can you let your needs be known, Aquarius? So that you're not feeling that sense of tension, okay? So it's all about equal give and take as well in partnerships, but also when it comes to finances as well. So the miser is here, which can talk about areas of maybe your financial life or your career where you're also maybe not in the flow as much as you could be, okay? So they're asking you to open up a little bit as far as your ideas about how money flows and be a little bit more open-minded, right, with the financial aspect, and a little bit more hopeful as well that, you know, there are many, many ways that money can flow to you, Aquarius. It's not simply just through your paycheck or just through this certain avenue, although a lot of people live their whole lives believing in fixed incomes, and this is exactly what I get each month and nothing more. But honestly, it's because they have those thought patterns about it. They believe that that is the truth, and the universe can only give you what you believe in, so it becomes their truth. But the universe wants you to step outside of that, Aquarius, and understand that you're creating your beliefs through your mind, and money can flow in many, many ways, many creative outlets. Sometimes money can flow passively to you. So be very open-minded, because there is like an avenue, a stream of income that is becoming available to you that you may or may not even be aware of. And it's not through the traditional means either. It's like through another creative avenue, but you have to be open to it for you to be the attractor of it. So they're saying, keep an open mind. Think positive. Yes, and expand your beliefs around money and the flow of money. All right, because some of you have kind of the skeptical attitude here, okay? And also be careful about being hypercritical or skeptical, or letting your skepticism get the best of you and take you out of that optimistic state, Aquarius. Also, sometimes the Page of Swords can talk about gossip. So you have a lot of different things going on. I don't know. There's like many arenas of your life being highlighted: love, money, and then also this kind of social, gossipy type of energy here. So just be aware that there may be like gossip coming in, you know, and be discerning about whether you want to participate in that, right? Because when you participate in that, then you become what you're participating in. So word of caution there. But I feel that vibe as well. Like there is maybe information, conversations, or like gossip going on. Okay. So let's see what else here for you, Aquarius. Yes, the High Priestess, Temperance, and the Three of Wands with the Knight of Cups. See, these keep coming out in groups, which I find to be very interesting. This landed underneath the relationship sector. And then these landed underneath the other sector. So I'm just going to kind of read it like this. I feel like when it comes to relationships, there's an opportunity, right, to open the flow of love there, to be more trusting and to be more expressive. And I also heard the word expectant. Take that as it resonates. I feel like you have really high expectations when it comes to your partners or the people in your life, or maybe I'm just picking up on your own expectations of yourself. But oftentimes when we hold ourselves to a high expectation, we expect the same in return. You know, so that's not uncommon to expect, you know, others to treat you as you have treated them. But at the same time, you cannot dictate how other people choose to express or return love, Aquarius. And if you get all caught up in that, then you become less loving, right? So it works against you. It's almost like you just gotta kind of love people for who they are, and if they can give it in return, perfect, and if they can't, they can't, you know, but move along your merry way, because the universe is going to return it to you in a different form. But I actually feel like there is love returning to you energetically here. So I honestly feel none of this is in vain. Like there is movement in the relationship sector, and the Three of Wands talks about doors opening for you, doors of opportunity, your ships coming in. So there's something that's kind of opening, right? A doorway for you to move forward in. They're asking you again to listen to your intuition here, especially when it comes to give and take, especially when it comes to money. Yes, relationships, but also money, right? There's something that you're being spiritually guided about when it comes to the 4th house of assets. So listen to your intuition. If you get a really good idea or an inclination to, you know, try something new, experiment, you know, I don't know, go out and buy a lottery ticket. Heck, I don't know. Like, listen to your impulses, Aquarius, because Spirit has the funniest way of like leading us to our manifestations. It's just really mind-blowing to me. As I've had it happen to me several times, but yes, listen to that. And then as far as it comes to this drama and this gossipy energy, it's almost like stay in your own lane. Like, you know what I mean? Don't absorb other people's energy. If you're the one being prying, gossipy, stalking, paranoid, that type of energy, then it's not serving you. It's perpetuating what you don't want. It's going to drive you insane. It is going to put stress on your plate, and it's going to hinder or slow down all of these beautiful, positive things that are coming in. So don't get in your own way, Aquarius, if this is your energy. If this is somebody bringing that type of energy to you, Temperance is all about you know, being deliberate about what you choose to give your time and energy and focus to. Like, are you going to choose to stress over this gossip or this, whatever this is that's being presented to you, or are you going to let it go? And Spirit says, let it go, let it go, let it go. Sorry, it's from Frozen. I found that to be applicable here. So yeah, sorry about that. I feel like the message is pretty cut and dry. So let's get a guidance card, and then we're gonna dig deep into love and you versus them here in just a second. So guidance for the spiritual part of the reading for my Aquariuses. You see how I keep having cards flip up and then go back in? It's so weird. My puppy, I don't know if you can't see him. He is out. He is totally asleep right now. Okay, I'll pick that one up. This one says, it's card number 4. Every relationship I establish is eternal. I can't get this one up. Darn these nails. Oh, goodness, sorry. My mane of hair got in the way. Okay, this card is number 53. The law of attraction assembles happy relationships. The law of attraction cannot bring you a well-balanced, happy person if you yourself are not that. The law of attraction, no matter what you do or say, will bring to you those who dominantly match the person who you dominantly are being in this moment. If you're not happy with yourself or with your life, the attraction of a partner will only exaggerate that discord, because any action taken from a place of lack is counterproductive. Ooh. If you want a happy partner, you got to be a happy partner. Every relationship I establish is eternal. It's our desire that you come to remember that every relationship is eternal, and that once it's been established, it's part of your vibrational makeup forevermore. And that in your powerful now, where all that you have been, or all that you have becomes convergent with all that you are now. And so your observation of a situation, wanted or unwanted, no matter how remote you believe yourself to be, it makes you a co-creative partner. Wow, super interesting advice cards, Aquarius. So this should be an interesting you versus them reading. Let's go to that portion of the reading. Sit right there. I'll be right back. Welcome back. So Aquarius, this is going to be the love portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it is a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and feel free to reverse the roles if needed. Yes, this is usually about an intimate partner or an ex, but it could also be about a family member, friend, child, you name it. Keep an open mind. So, Aquarius, you have the Tower here, and this person has the card of understanding. So this can be quite a discombobulating, unstable energy here, Aquarius. But I honestly feel like sometimes you thrive in that chaos, right? It's like you and Scorpio as well tends to thrive in chaos. And this could also represent Scorpio energy. But I feel some instability here on your end. Now this person has the card of understanding. So this person may be in the space of understanding, or maybe understanding you, Aquarius, or needing help to understand you, right? Because sometimes I feel like Aquarius energy can be very complex and difficult to read. So there needs to be some sort of understanding here between you and this person. Let's look at what led up, though, to the current moment. We're going to look at the recent past, and then we are going to look at how you both see each other. How do you feel underneath it all, and the most likely outcomes. So, Aquarius, recent past energy. Whoa! Holy cow. Okay. I'm just going to take the ones that are facing up, and I'm going to put the rest of these back, but I will take note of them. There's a huge, oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Okay, so Aquarius. 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the 5 of Swords. So, wow, very complicated, a little messy energy, and how fitting that the cards would fly out right after I get the Tower energy, because I'm talking about like unstable, erratic energy, right? So in the recent past, Aquarius, it may have been heavily focused on relationships and love, And yet there's a struggle here. I feel like there's a disconnect here. So there is a lot to unpack during this time period, if you will. I feel there's a misunderstanding here, or maybe a misinterpretation going on as well between you and your partner, or you and the person you're connecting with. And yet there's real love, there's genuine love. It's just that not always seeing like eye to eye type of energy, and or like maybe a disconnect in values even, or what you need out of the relationship versus what they are looking for out of this connection, out of this relationship. But it just feels heavy to me, Aquarius. So let's see this person's recent past, as well as a little bit of messy, as my cards just like flew off the table. So let's see this person's recent past for Aquarius. They have the Empress, the World, the Strength, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. What I find interesting is that the Ace of Pentacles showed up in the reverse. So I feel like this person's focus has more so been about like being patient and deliberate and trying to take care of the situation or take care of themselves. I feel a very independent energy flowing from this person. They've overcome a lot of their own struggles as well. So I feel this to be somebody who could understand the Aquarius, somebody who has the ability, I should say, to really understand the psyche of you, Aquarius, as they've kind of been through their own struggles, their own life experience. They may also have aqua placements somewhere in their chart, but it doesn't have to be. And I also feel here that there is loyalty here, but then at the same time, it doesn't always show up in that way, or it doesn't always feel that way for whatever reasons, whether that's this person feeling, you know, being disloyal or feeling you're not being loyal. There's some wavering here when it comes to the commitment of the connection. Although I do feel that this person still wants to push forward and they still want to express, you know, or take action on the connection. I also feel that there's something here that is up in the air, or at least was up in the air in the recent past. So let's see, Aquarius, how you perceive each other. How do you see this person then? How does Aquarius perceive this person in the now energy? Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So there's definitely an issue here with trust, okay? You have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. This is almost like you, well, let me put this correctly. I feel like when you think about this person, or when you see this person, it's shrouded in mystery for whatever reason, or there's a lot of unknowns here, or at least that's the way you're seeing it. Now that could be based in reality, or that could be based in paranoia. And I think that's where you're needing to use your intuition to decide, like, do I have cause and reason for this feeling or not? But I feel you being in this energy of like keeping your cards close to your chest, or even a little bit closed off because of this, because you're not feeling safe or secure or stable, or like you're seeing the truth of something. And so, you know, when you're in that space, it becomes necessary, or I should say, at least in your mind, it feels necessary then to kind of distance or detach yourself or pull away emotionally until you feel more certain, more clarity, like more stability around the situation. So let's see. And I also want to say that there is a withholding here, and I can't tell if it's coming from your energy or the person you're connecting to energy, but it feels like there is also a withholding of the truth. So let's see how they perceive you. How does this person perceive you? The Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Three of Pentacles. So it's interesting to me. Ooh, but there's a Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I was just getting ready to say it's interesting to me because, like, in this person's perception, it's a bit more positive. It's a bit more higher level. So I actually feel like this person wanting to give to the connection, they feel spiritually or drawn to you and or very connected to you on an intuitive level. There's this desire to like build together or to build a life together if you're currently in a connection with this person. Like, they see you as very intuitive, it's very giving, it's very generous, and somebody that, you know, that they want to be around, that they want to be with. What I find interesting though is that the bottom of their deck is also the Seven of Swords, which is that untrusting, like deceitful behavior. And so I don't know if both of you are having trouble trusting the connection or trusting something inside of the connection, or maybe just trusting how you really feel, you know. So let's go further then. Let's dig a little bit deeper and see what this is about. How do you genuinely feel then about this person? Whoa. You have the Star, the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So this is all very intense energy and you showing up in your own heart space here, Aquarius. And I felt like a healing vibe coming through the spiritual portion of the reading. So I feel that there is healing coming through the connection during this time frame. Well, certainly within you, Aquarius, if nothing else. But I actually feel like when it comes to this person, you feel very connected to this person. They could have feel like a wish fulfillment for you, you know, like maybe this is the partner that you wanted to manifest, and or it is a special connection if it's not, say, an intimate connection that you're dealing with. But there's like something special about this connection, and that's how you feel. And I feel you being very confident in that, very sturdy, very stable in that belief. And at the same time, here's the Four of Cups, which the Four of Cups is this detached energy here. So while you have all of these, you know, emotions and care and love and hope for the connection, you're also keeping it at an arm's length, it seems, whether it's on purpose or not. And I feel like that's coming from the perception, you know, the like not feeling safe to love for whatever reason. And again, I think there needs to be deeper questions asked within your own mind as to like, what is the cause of that? Because there's such a large group of you here that some of you may have reasoning behind this, and others of you it's just like past trauma, like your own insecurities, you know, things of that nature that are clouding, you know, your ability to see the connection for what it really is. And so this requires healing. This requires self-reflection. This requires self-awareness, Aquarius, for you to really see the truth, okay? So let's see how this person is feeling underneath it all. How do they feel underneath it all? 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups, ooh, and the 10 of Wands. So interesting. So it's interesting to me because there is a lot of duality showing up in this person's energy, in that, you know, I almost want to say, like, on one hand, there's like a really firm foundation to build off of. It's kind of like, to me, the 10 of Pentacles is like the ultimate stability. This also talks about financial stability, right? And then you have the Ace of Cups here, which to me is like the ultimate love, like deeply in love. And then what's interesting is that you also have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, which is feeling trapped, feeling restricted, burdensome, heavy, a struggle, too much work. So I honestly feel like this person like sometimes feels that this connection is a lot of work. Even though there is genuine love here, even though there is a firm foundation to build off of, and that's truly what they want. But I feel that their insecurities and or your insecurities create a burden that then feels like a struggle and then throws doubt on the trail, right? Throws blockages into the connection. And yet I feel like I want to go back to the original message here at the very beginning, that there's a level of understanding that needs to be reached here. Because it could be that some of the stress or restriction that they're feeling is coming from maybe a misunderstanding, Aquarius, of how you handle love or what you're like in love, or just you in general, right? It could also be that there's a misunderstanding on your part, okay, for the same reasons, you know, like misunderstanding how this person handles their emotions or their love, right? And a big part of relationships and the purpose of relationships really is to come to a greater and more in-depth understanding of ourselves through having experience with the perceived other or others. So there's something in this for the both of you. Let's see what the most likely outcome is though, Aquarius. Oops, most likely outcome. And of course this can be changed with free will. You have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the King. Ooh. My goodness, I did not mean to get that many. The King of Swords, this is your energy. So remember I was saying in the spiritual reading, like there is this message here to just like kind of give up what you don't have control over. You know, give up the need to control another person or the outcome of things or anything that is outside of your realm of control. Because the only thing you actually have control over is your thoughts and your emotions. So anything outside of that is futile and can be released and lovingly released to the universe for the universe to handle. And it's almost like getting to that point where it's just like, okay, I need to just see where this goes, or I need to just let this go so that I can feel good or feel better. This is all about like going with the flow and giving up control and taking a chance, you know. And if you do get led astray or something interferes or goes wrong, don't beat yourself up over that. Don't go into blame and regret and shame. Accept that everything happens for a reason and that you've gleaned something out of this, that you've come to a higher understanding of yourself. Because some of you are fearing like taking that next step or taking that chance because you're not sure how it's going to turn out, or maybe you'll end up disappointed, or maybe you'll end up regretting this, or whatever, etc. All of that is fear-based, lack-based thinking, and that's what doesn't serve you. They're not saying be naive and impulsive, but they are saying, Aquarius, you cannot weigh out every possible outcome because there are no certainties. It's life is developing in the moment. And all you can do is be in the moment and feel as good as you can feel as often as you can. And what comes will come. You will handle it when you need to, but they're also encouraging you to think outside the box and yes, maybe take a chance here. So let's see this person's most likely outcome. The Death and Rebirth card. Seven of Wands, the Justice card, ooh, and the Devil. Why the Devil? Four of Wands. Well, Aquarius, oh my goodness. This person is going through some changes, some transition. This is a transitionary part of their life. Let me just put it that way. And I feel at the same time like this person is trying to keep their balance despite all of these transitions and changes. But they do have their guard up. You know, they're showing up as kind of guarded, defensive. The devil talks about obsessiveness, obsessions, fixations, ruminating, dwelling, all of that going on. So they're kind of getting in their own way. It's like they're almost thinking that it's like they think that they're weighing something out by continually rehashing it or thinking about it, but they're actually creating tension, blockages. It's not helpful. There's no positive outcomes coming out of that type of energy. Only more guardedness, only more pushing away, only more defensiveness is coming from that energy. And it's because there's a hyper fixation of should I, shouldn't I, feeling this way, then feeling that way. Because again, I feel that this person sees the connection very positive. They feel genuine love, but they also struggle with this at the same time. And so they're also having like an internal struggle at the same time and almost driving themselves crazy. And this to me is like the perfect depiction of like going crazy or like feeling like you're being driven crazy, you know? But it's of their own doing, really. The Four of Wands is how the reading, the last card they have, which is interesting to me because this is about healthy relationships, healthy unions, peace, stability, commonalities, common ground. So I feel like until this person reaches some sort of higher understanding of the connection or you or of themselves, there'll be more of this dwelling energy. But I also feel that that understanding or that clarity is right here and available and coming through during this time frame, which is going to actually help to stabilize their energy and therefore the connection. So let's see what the guidance is then for you, and we will wrap it there for now. You have the card number 17. By default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Many of the relationships or experiences that you've attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. It is important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. And chronic thoughts about unwanted things invite or ask for a matching experience because the law of attraction will make it so. So if by default you could attract an unwanted in a relationship, that means also by conscious and deliberate intent, you could attract the wanted in any relationship. And that's what they want you to hold on to. Card number 17. Wow. This was a beautiful reading. I'm going to end it there for now. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aries, Gemini. Could be dealing with another Aquarius, Taurus again, Scorpio again, and Virgo energy. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. All of it linked in the description box as well as in the About section. And otherwise, I am wishing you guys the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.